Hi everybody, this is Larry Graves and this is my wife Deb Graves.
Hi.
Yesterday we went through quite an experience and I thought it'd be best. I mean we both did write on Facebook about the experience, but I think it's better just to tell it in a video and try not to make this too melodramatic, but it was quite an experience.
It was.
We were in a car accident yesterday. And we're both still alive, knock on wood. And I'm going to try and remember everything like in order. The night before this happened, sometimes I get these visions at night. It's almost like a dream, but this was before I fell asleep. And this vision I had was off in the distance seeing this door, and this door opened and there was this light in it and there were a couple of figures, and I was saying to myself, I don't want to go yet. And so I told Deb yesterday, which was when the car accident happened, I told her about this vision I had and that I don't want to die yet. I've got more comedy videos to make, thank you. Yeah. And so we left here yesterday around
2 o'clock.
Around 2 o'clock to get Deb's daughter Katie, who lives about an hour and a half away in Lindsay. It was a nice bright day out. There's snow on the ground, but it wasn't snowing or anything.
No, we went and washed the car and headed off.
I washed the car, and when I got back into the car I said, you've got a brand new, it looks like a brand new car now. It doesn't now, folks. And so you drove there. We take turns driving, so you drove there.
I drove there, and as we hit about 25 minutes away from here, the sun was going behind these clouds and there was snow flurries starting. It was light snow blasting across. It wasn't overly concerning me. I wasn't too worried because we have terrible snowstorms here, but it was a little bit blowing and drifting across the road, and the signs were all saying whiteout conditions, but it was just like a...
And that one, there's one area in Cobourg that's known for...
Yeah, lake effect snow, and the air that comes across there can cause black ice.
And so we took our time and we got there.
Yeah.
We picked up Katie and we're on our way back. I'm now driving and it's just starting, just late little fluffy snows, and we got onto the Highway 401, which is a big
main highway,
highway in Ontario, Canada.
And the speed limit is supposedly 100 kilometers an hour, and everybody's flying along there. We're doing 95, maybe 100, because the snow was starting, and we started getting a little, okay, we better take it easy. People are flying by us.
So we were about 45 minutes from getting home. We were in this city called Cobourg. And it's not snowing heavily, but it's, it's snowing, and there's drifting snow on Highway 401, and I'm driving, being careful, not going over 100, and then all of a sudden the car goes like that, and
he says, uh-oh, and it was just like, okay. And
in a previous video where I had people ask me one of the questions was, what was your scariest experience? Well, now I can change it from a Ouija board to like that, because it went like that about 3 times, and we're both kind of guessing exactly what happened, but we
think the car sort of spun because we took out a sign as we hit the ditch, and the car rolled at least once, I think probably twice.
Once or twice, we don't know, but it rolled at least once.
Oh, well, we landed up on the tires. And we just kind of looked at everybody.
We went into a snowbank, was at least 10, 12, 15 feet down.
Down in.
And the cars landed straight side up.
I said to her, you okay? Katie, you okay? Everybody's kind of shook up, and Katie was crying because she was saying it was her fault for us coming picking her up, and we're saying, no, it's not your fault. And we're looking around, there's pennies all sitting inside the windows.
There were 3 pennies. There were 3 pennies on the dashboard.
Yeah, stood up, straight up.
Lucky pennies, I guess.
Stood straight up.
Because there was other change in the car.
But as we were going along the highway, I do what I call bubble of protection, which is I feel I put a bubble of protection around the vehicle and asked that we be looked after and cared for until we get home safely.
And honestly, about a minute before this happened, I mean, I'm picking up on... I'm spiritual, but not as spiritual as Deb is. And I was saying to myself, please protect us. Not thinking anything is going to happen, obviously, but...
Yeah.
So I was thinking that too.
Yeah. So the car, my side, the front fender is all mangled, my door is crushed. The front underneath the car is all ripped off and the front grille is sort of hanging there. His side of the car, there's a ding in the front fender and underneath the door was all ripped off. But no windows broken. The roof isn't hardly, there's not a scratch on the roof. So
Nobody could believe it, like the police officers.
Both mirrors were ripped off when we rolled sideways, and both police officers said, "You rolled?" And I said, "Yeah, at least once, if not twice." And it was just like, whoa. And I kind of went, well, we were being protected.
I might have brain damage, but nobody's going to notice anyway.
The only thing, my shoulder's a little sore where the seatbelt held on to me. Larry's the same way. My daughter bumped the top of her head on the roof of the car as we went over, but she's okay too, so...
And now there's more to the story if you want to listen, or this might be a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
But
Well, we're sitting and we're going, okay, well, we get out of the car and we're looking around. My daughter says, "Here's my phone, Mum, here's my phone, make a call." I said, "Dial 911. So she dialed 911, handed me the phone. I'm in the middle of making this call and the phone dies. I'm thinking, great, now what? So I stand there looking up at the traffic going by and waving to try and get somebody's attention, saying, you know, phone, phone. And then I see this fella stopping down the highway and backing up along the side of the road, and I'm thinking, no, don't be silly. But he came back, got out of the car quite officially. I don't know what, I think he must be a paramedic or something, because he said, "Get back in your car, stay in your car, I'm going to call for help." And he's sitting in his vehicle and he's got his window down talking to us. He's saying, "No, stay there." He said, "I'm talking to the police right now." I said, "Do you guys want to come and sit up here in my vehicle and stay safe?" And we said, "No thanks, we'd rather stay where we are." I looked at Larry and said, "I wouldn't want to be sitting there on the side of the road." Not 2 minutes later, he got rear-ended. A car smashed right into him. Thankfully we weren't in that vehicle, but I felt bad for him because he'd stopped to help us.
everybody was okay.
Everybody was okay. Then a police car pulled up and he was sorting things out, and on the other side of the highway a car hit the guardrail. Well, this 5-kilometre stretch of road, we were listening to what was happening. There was 12 accidents in that same time zone on that strip of road. That's how bad it was, hitting the black ice. So nobody was hurt. So we finally got a tow truck to get us out of there. We weren't sure what to do, so we had the tow truck take us back to his office, and we got out and we're trying to figure out what we're going to do next. So I said, well, neither one of us feels like driving anything. We're not going to rent a car. We're going to call a taxi. So we're standing there, and
that would have been about $100.
oh, if not more. We were quite away from home, about 40 minutes from home. So this young fella called a taxi, and then the other chap comes back in from towing the car, and he's standing there waiting for his next calls. And within a minute, he had 2 calls. And one of them was to have a car towed to Belleville. And he said, well, I said, cancel the taxi. He said, I can take you in the
How lucky
truck.
can that be, he says.
Not lucky. We were being provided for. That's what I always ask. You know, we are provided for in every way. And that's more proof. More proof right there. And
it's funny how when you're experiencing a near-death situation, you start to believe in the Almighty a bit more. It's like...
I had total trust. I wasn't panicking.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't scared. I had total trust we were going to be fine.
But,
I didn't have a qualm at all about it. In fact, I was so cool, calm and collected. I think people thought I was in shock, but it was just, this is the way it is, and I'm okay. Everybody's okay.
But it's not a fun experience to go through. So, you know, people that drive in winter conditions, you can't go too slow either, because that's dangerous. But try not drive, or drive very, very carefully and watch out for black ice.
So on our trip home, one car was picked up where we were, near where we were, and taken down the highway. And this lady, when she found out what happened, was telling us about all her gruesome accidents and her injuries. And
I'm in the back seat, and I wanted, at one point, I wanted to kill this woman because I was in shock from the accident. She's explained, oh, and then this other accident, I was hanging upside down in the car and I couldn't get out. It's like, I really don't need to hear this right now.
And then when we dropped her off, he picked the other car up, and the gentleman that was coming to Belleville, well, this young guy, I guess he's what, in his early 20s maybe? And he's in there and he's talking and prattling away in the front. I don't know how the conversation got around to it, but he started on this environmentalists and Al Gore and these hippy-dippy people.
And seals.
And seal clubbing, and I'm sitting back there and I'm just gritting my teeth. And I had a little tissue in my hand, so I popped it over and it kind of went past him, and he went, where did that come from? What was that? And he looked back. I said, you're talking to a hippy-dippy environmentalist. And he started getting all upset, and I just said to him, I said, well, you might want to be careful who you're talking to.
Yeah, because he was saying that he's Jewish and he's got these strict beliefs and
something about being out after dusk and not being able to...
he can't turn things on. I don't know anything about it, but it's like respect each other's, like there he is attacking somebody else, like, whatever. But everybody's fine, and thanks for all the very kind words on Facebook. And I guess there's going to be more Canadian Studmuffin videos. The Lord did not want to take me yet. But,
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Really appreciate it.
Drive safely.
Bless.
And what do you see in the eyes?
Somebody clubbing a seal. Curious. Hi, I'm a hippy-dippy environmentalist.